Hey YouTube. Well, with the Chevelle virtually buttoned up right now, we're going to get out and do some driving in that, see how it behaves, and enjoy that. Let's get on to the next project. Summertime is here, and it's time to get the camper dug out and get that thing reconditioned and out on the road so we can do some camping this year. So out here we've got a Lance 11.6 camper, 1999, and it's on a 1995 Ford F350 XLT, powered by a 460 big block. Now this truck only has 46,000 miles on it, and it doesn't go out very often. I did convert it to a dually here a few years ago because I just felt that there was so much weight on this thing. It really struggled. These things are notorious for having these eye hooks tear out of them. So I added this strap that goes down through the bed, between the bed and the cab, and down to the frame rail and ratcheted. There's one on either side, and believe it or not, that made a big difference at securing this thing to the truck and got less wobble out of it. Really feels a lot more stable. How you doing, Ace? So so this truck is also got what's called a roll-along package. This was an aftermarket package that was put on some trucks. It included some lighting and running boards, fender flares, these grab handles. These light up. It's got lights on the roof. It's got a custom grill and some other features, lights in the grill, some other features, interior trim, wood trim. Show you the inside. This thing has been parked for a while, kind of full of crap inside. Well, we're going to get this thing started back up. I got a battery charger on it. We're going to pull it out today. We're going to get the battery back in the side compartment so we can fire this thing up. Now, one of the things with this camper that was a problem, in 1999, Generac supplied a generator that went in this compartment. And this compartment's super small. And they only made them for about 2 years, and they had nothing but problems with those generators. They were super compact, and they were enough to run the AC and the microwave, not at the same time. But the problem is that the control board, the power that ran the whole mechanism, fried on them. Generac just walked out on their customers, never warranted them, and left the whole small generator segment for many years. I think they're doing it again, but I was never able to find a generator that small. So what I did is I put a Champion generator down here. I suspended it underneath the back. It's got a little mud flap here to keep stuff from hitting the front of it. You just spin these knobs, and this plate comes off. You have the control panel there. Can run off of gasoline or propane. This is a 4600, a 4650, and that is plenty of power to run the microwave, the air conditioner, and everything all at one time. Because I think this thing had like a 3500 or a 3600, I think, is the original, but we got way more power now. So what I did is I ran the exhaust out of the generator, across the bottom, up the side, and it comes out a little stack up at the top. Hard to see, but there's a little stack with a flapper on the top. Let me see if I can get it. There it is. It's got a little flapper on the top, and so the gases go right out there and don't have to smell them, and nobody has to smell them either. So if we're in a campground, they just go right out the top and blow away. Most of the time we run this thing off of propane. You never even smell it. Just gets rid of it. Let's take a look inside. Again, this thing's kind of in storage. It's got crap in it right now. We haven't been using it, but it's in really good condition. We did upgrade the mattress. It's got a memory foam mattress in it, but every single thing in this thing works. The refrigerator, everything works. It's got a full bathroom, dry bath, which is really nice. I did replace the toilet. It's got a porcelain foot flush in it right now. And it's got a, I got to actually work on this. I think the temperature gauge is not quite working. That's on my list. But yeah, everything works. I did add solar to it. So this has a solar panel and a controller down there. It's not turned on right now, so it's flashing. But the solar panel is ACO. And I have a battery-powered, solar-powered cooler, which I'll show you guys later, that actually goes right here. I used to always bring a cooler with me to have beer, so I'm not filling up the fridge with beer. And I wired into the solar system. I put a cigarette lighter. Let me get a light on. I put a cigarette lighter right there, and then I have a power cord right here, so I can plug my solar-powered cooler into the whole system. So once this thing is plugged in, it just runs off of the 12-volt battery, and that's recharged by the solar panels on the roof. So I have another cooler that goes right there, and that's where the beer goes. And then I put some USB plugs right here, so we got something to charge our phones up or goodies or whatever we need. So yeah, we're pretty well set up in here once everything's up and running, but we got to get this thing cleaned up, started up, and pulled out. My supervisor's watching. Hey Ace, what you doing, buddy? Let's get to work. Let's get this thing fired up, and we're going to take it and go get it washed, and then we're going to start testing systems. So I put this thing on a charger yesterday. The battery wasn't dead, but let's see where we're at. Yep, green light. She's fully charged. Let's get this thing disconnected, and we'll see if she starts up. She should. This thing's never not started. As long as the battery's fine, it's always charged or always started. So get this thing out of here. We're gonna go get this thing washed. So this has the 460 cubic inch big block, and it has a Banks system on it. So Banks intake, tune, exhaust system. It's got headers on it, hard to see, but it's got headers on it, and full exhaust system. This is the, to my knowledge, this is the only Banks system that's non-diesel that they ever made. Excuse me, that they ever made. So I don't know how much power it adds. Something's better than nothing. All right, let's jump in this thing and see if she starts up. Oh, the spider webs, man, just terrible. These damn things are everywhere. Let's get this cord out of here. Let me move this stuff out of the way. Another thing I did with this truck is I took the back seat out. I just unbolted it and removed it, and it gave me all of this space for storage. So we just carry tables, the barbecue, propane, awnings, jug for clean water right there, chairs, and whatever else we need. So it's just me and my wife and the dog. Dog rides up front with us, so definitely gives us more storage. This is a 6-passenger truck. You can see the roll-along package with the wood dash. But let's get a key in this thing and see if she starts up. Ugh. There it is. Got a CD player, brake controller, lighting controls. Still pretty sweet truck. It's in good condition. Like I said, it's only got, let's see how many actual miles this thing's got. It's got, 57,000. Ooh, I've been driving it. 57,000 since 1995. Not too much. All right, let's get the cars in the front driveway moved and we'll pull this thing out. Hey, I just want to take a quick second to say, if you like this content, please consider liking and subscribing and following along on this channel. I see that 98% of you are actually not subscribed. If you were to subscribe, it would really help me out and help move this channel forward. Thanks. Let's keep watching. Got to move the old 70 so we can get out the camper. Whew. Toasty in here. No press on the pedal. Let's see how it does. Look at that. Anyway, give it no gas. Oh yeah. All right. Beautiful little car. And this thing drives nice. This thing is for sale, by the way. If anybody's interested, hit me up, man. This is a nice car. You don't need to do anything to this car. You can drive it as it is. And if you wanted to, you could tinker with it, but you could drive this thing across the country. Factory air conditioned. Yep. Just a little Malibu. Just like all the super sports that are on Facebook right now. All the claimed super sports, most of them started out just like this car. So the first thing I need to do is get the battery that drives the whole camper into the camper. I've got it in this box. Let's get this on the workbench. Ugh. We've got to get that out of that box and into the camper. So let's do that. It's got kind of a nice little portable way to have some 12 volts with you. It's got a little gauge on it and a couple power ports. It's kind of nice. And it's got attachment points on the outside. So I think this is a boat battery box. If I can get this goddamn thing. Just that simple. Okay. So that comes off. Connection points inside. These quick releases. Take all that off. Okay. There we go. And there is the battery. I can't do that. This thing's super heavy. All right, let's get it out to the truck. Okay, that was not locked. So I got all kinds of wiring in here. Solar charger. I've got connections for external solar panel so I can double my wattage. I have a portable that I bring along, and I have a solar panel on the roof so I can get up to 190 watts and negative, positive, and solar controller. So I got everything I need. In it goes. I'll bring you guys in here in a second and show you exactly what I got. Got all my negatives, all my positives, solar charger connection, and like I said, solar panel. So we go ahead and button this up. This thing goes back in there. We're going to put a couple shims in this thing to hold the battery in place and get it strapped in so it can't bounce out, tear it up. That would be bad. Okay, so that's there. And we'll put our shims in here, these little pieces of wood, kind of keep things from moving around a little bit. And we keep these spares in there just in case. And that dude goes in there. Okay, and we're going to turn it on, see what happens. No smoke. All right, we got power. We do have power, and we got a full battery. And underneath, pots and pans, the solar is pulling 14.7 volts, just like that. It's ACO power. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with this stuff. That solar panel was $89 for 100 watts. That's the lowest I've managed to find from a legitimate company. Battery's full and we're charging, so that's great news. When I mentioned that I had a portable refrigerator, this is what I meant. This is the same company, ACO Power, that makes the solar panel I'm using and that controller. And this is a full battery, self-contained cooler. It runs off of a lithium-ion battery right here. So you don't need the battery on when it's plugged in. There it is. I can unplug this. And it's running on battery. Gives you all the information you need. It's got 12 volts. It's totally full. This can be plugged directly into a solar panel. I have a fold-out solar panel I'll show you here that I can plug into my my camper. Those plugs I just showed you in the battery compartment. And then this plugs into the cigarette lighter port I showed you underneath the refrigerator. So. And that fits right into that little spot. So this will hold, I think, 72 cans, which is incredible. And one of the reasons I went with this is because I would go camping off-grid, and we'd bring an ice chest full of beer, and in 2 days the ice is gone. And if you add beer to the cooler, it will just melt the ice. It won't bring the beer down to the cold temperature. It brings the ice up to the warm beer temperature. This will cool a 30 pack in 30 minutes down to whatever temperature you set. I've got it set to 45. So yeah, these things are amazing. Let me show you this solar panel set up outside. So here is the solar panel I got. And I've been using this for 2 years now. I use it regularly with the cooler. Folds out. This is 90 watts. This is all you need for that cooler, and I use it for supplementing my AC power in the camper. So I got this cord. This has a barrel plug that goes straight into the cooler, or I can disconnect that. Which I'm going to do right here. So I disconnect that, and now I can go straight into the camper with this wire. And now we went from 100 watts to 180 or 190, just like that. Let's go inside and take a look. So let's take a look and see what we're pulling now. Yeah, we're maxed out anyways. We were already at 14.7. But we are definitely pulling in juice. And that's the goal. So like I said, my cooler now can be plugged in right here. And that's into a cigarette lighter that I put under the cabinet. So almost 200 watts. And I'm thinking about putting another solar panel on the roof. That would be permanent. It would put me 200 watts on the roof. And then I can still plug that additional one in. And I'd be 290 watts, which would be more than necessary to get things done around here. All right, on to the next step. So one thing I did was convert the old space for the generator into storage. I store straps and other stuff in here, you know, toilet support and toilet hose and yeah, just miscellaneous crap. Good use. This is actually a good space now that I don't have the generator in there. All right, we're going to take this monster to the car wash, go get her all cleaned up, and then we'll proceed from there. Yeah, this thing's just got spider webs freaking everywhere. She needs to get out on the road more. Well, we're going to be going camping, so she needs a good bath. Let's go get that done. And there she is, all nice and clean, looking good. Paint's looking good. All the spider webs off of it. So on to the next step. Yeah, this thing still cleans up pretty nice. All right, we're back on the camper today, and the plan is to replace this plug with this funky style with a regular style, and then we're going to test something because I've got a plan on what I want to do. This is where this would have been the hardwired to the original generator back when this thing was new, and I later put this connector on because I put a little tiny Chinese Harbor Freight generator in here that just didn't work out, and I put this plug on it because that plugged into that. So now we're going to put this on, and I want to test something.
A few moments later.
We got the new connector on, okay, and that's just a standard connector. And now we should be able to plug this extension cord in and power the entire camper, because this is what the generator was plugged into. Let's give it a shot. It's hard to see, but there's a little green LED in there. There it is, a little bit. You can see a little green LED shows I have power to the connector. Now let's see if we got power here in the camper, which we should, and we do. And the battery is off right now, so this should be blinking. Oh no, fully charged, but it's not connected to the battery. Okay, so the battery is unplugged, but it is still, the solar panel is still charging, which is good. So now we got shore power. Okay, so now why would I do that? What is the plan, Chris? Let me describe the problem I've been having. The battery you saw me put in, that Interstate battery, I purchased a year and a half ago. I got one use out of the thing, and I started having problems with it. The last time we were out camping last July, which was its first time out on that battery, shit, it hasn't even been a year and a half. We went out charging off my solar panels, shouldn't have had any problems, and the thing wouldn't charge more than halfway. So I had problems the whole week that we were off grid, and it just made me crazy. And that was a $325 battery, and it barely made it through the first time out. So I said, you know, I put it back in the camper because it started working again at a later date. So I don't know, it's got an internal problem, but I put it in there, so we have technically a battery connected to all this stuff. And obviously I have the generator, which the generator is powerful enough to run the AC and the microwave and everything at one time. That thing is super powerful, but I want to do off-grid, and I'm tired of buying these $325 batteries that don't last a season or two. at Maximum. They're just ridiculous. They come with a one year warranty on them. So I said, screw it. This morning I bought myself a Bluetti AC70 solar charging power station. So I have 100 watts on the roof, and I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a second 100 watt, give me 200 watts on the roof, and that will charge that thing no problem. So the one the Bluetti block that I bought is 1,000 watts. I'm going to put that either in where the old generator used to be, or I'm thinking about putting it down here. But taking this door off, because this just goes outside, building a box that fits inside here, take this door off, and then just build a cabinet inside there if it'll fit. And then this door will be gone. The Bluetti will be sitting right there. And then that'll be just a box inside. I'll have to take the box off if I want to take the camper off, which I never take the camper off. But if I want to, I'd have to take the box out. Not a big deal. And put the Bluetti sitting right there. I can plug everything into it, plug my solar panels into it, so the thing charges off the solar panels. And now, right now, everything in this camper is running, because it's on shore power. It's plugged into that plug. I'll just run that plug over to here, plug it into the Bluetti, and then this whole thing is 110, and all the 12 volt stuff runs. So everything would be running without any trouble off of that power block, and I just get rid of these problems. I'm tired of running out of power when we're out and stressing about it. You know, these ACO solar panels work amazing. So I'll just grab a second solar panel from ACO, wire it up into my system, and that's it. And then we're 110 volts instead of 12 volts when we're out on the open road. Now, I do have a camping trip I'm planning on later this year. It's going to be off-grid, going to be out for a week. I want this thing completely self-contained. And then later on in the season, we're probably going to do a real out in the middle of nowhere, off-grid, four-wheel drive type of thing. Take this whole rig and get it out there and get really off in the middle of nowhere. And that's my goal, that's my dream, that's my plan. And I think this Bluetti's going to do it. But now that I've got that plug outside connected, and I know that everything in here works off of 110. I know that it's working because the microwave is flashing, and that means it's on shore power. That means that this is working, which is awesome. So all we got to do is do it, but we got more stuff to work on. I think the next thing we're going to work on is this fan. I've got one of these fantastic fans and the temperature sensor. So if I turn this thing on, it doesn't come on. I think the temperature sensor is no good. I can hear it clicking. Yeah, I'm going to take that apart and see if we can figure it out. But that's going to be in the next episode. We're going to tear into that fan and keep working on this camper. Hopefully that Bluetti will show up and we'll get that thing wired in. So make sure you like and subscribe, stick around, and we'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Peace.